Good morning, people. It's traffic series. This morning I'm going to be talking about what I'll title Your Part. I ponder a lot, and one of the things I've been pondering on in the past few months is how I see people always have to fulfill a part of a deal, and the other party or the other people also have to fulfill their part of the deal for the deal to be successful. It's just like in a contract, for buying and selling, for services. You have to pay for someone to give you goods. You have to render services for someone to pay you. Sometimes there are timelines. Sometimes the obligations are clearly spelled out. Some are just custom, to the kind of transaction you are in. So on the flip side, I also looked at it from different religious affinities, spiritual beliefs, and the likes. The first one that comes to my mind is that of Yahoo boys, native doctors, where you see a young boy, the deal he had with one native doctor is that he should have his back naked and maybe 12 p.m. sharp, and he never misses the time. He gets everything he needs ready. On that dot of 12, he's having his bath, he's speaking, he's chanting everything the native doctor has asked him to chant. Sometimes I also look at the stories we hear about money ritualists. Please, I'm not a money ritualist. I don't know how it works, but from the things we see in movies, from people that the police catch, we hear them say things like, I was told to bring a virgin who is not older than 18. I was told to bring a newborn baby whose head has not been shaven before. There is always a part of the bargain that the people need to fulfill for the money ritual to then happen, for the Yahoo guy to get more magas and the likes. Of the few stories I've heard, many don't even get successful. They are caught, so they don't even get the money because they don't go through the process. Some go through the process. You just hear of their sad and tragic stories of how a Yahoo boy bought 7 cars and drove himself under the trailer by using that same money to go and drink to stupor, and things like that. Now I want to bring it home, and I'll wrap it up quickly. Why is it then that in Christianity we will then always question why we have a part to play? We like to hang everything on God to do without playing our part. I know a part of the scripture says that my yoke is not heavy and my burden is light. My interpretation is that accepting to follow Christ does not mean that there's no yoke. It also doesn't mean that there's no burden. It is just that the yoke is not burdensome and the burden is light. It means that there is a responsibility required of you. We want God to make us rich. We want God to do this. We want God to keep us in good health and that. But you don't want to play any part. You want to go ahead eating every kind of food you see, but you don't want to be overweight. There's something you will do, and then you will see God's part, because God really has done his part. You just need to do your part. There are principles in the Bible. You need generational wealth. You need everlasting wealth, but you don't want to pay your tithe. You don't want sickness. You want sickness to be far away from you. You don't want devourers to be far away from you. But Malachi clearly says, bring your tithe into the storehouse and try me, see if I will not open the windows of heaven and rebuke the devourers for your sake. You don't want to do your part. You want to listen to worldly wisdom that is foolish, where they will say don't pay tithes, you're just paying tithe to church. Those are the things you want to listen to. You don't want to fulfill your part, but you want to see God's part being manifested. My word for you today is they play. Have a great day.